Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you 8 latest defense updates. Number 1, swift development of Air Force variant from TEDBF. The Aeronautical Development Agency has been given the green light by the Ministry of Defense to complete the critical design review for the TEDBF program, specified tailored for the Indian Navy's aircraft carrier needs. In an exclusive interview, ADA officials expressed optimism about the potential for a modified version of the TEDBF to serve the Indian Air Force should there be interest. The TEDBF, a 26-ton aircraft designed for naval operations, could be adapted for Air Force use by removing features like the folding wings and the heavy-duty undercarriage and landing gear, which are essential for carrier operations. This adaptation process, according to ADA officials, could be accomplished in less than 2 years, presenting a significant opportunity for the IAF to leverage indigenous technology. Next, IAF is not interested in Russian Tu-160 bombers due to high costs. In a significant revelation, a high-ranking official from the Indian Air Force has indicated that there is little interest in procuring the Russian Tu-160 strategic bombers. Despite the aircraft being directly offered, the IAF seems deterred by the presumed high operational costs and the lack of suitable infrastructure to support such a fleet in India. The Tu-160, also known as the White Swan or Black Jack by NATO, is one of the largest and most powerful strategic bombers in the world. Its advanced capabilities, including carrying a range of nuclear and conventional munition over long distances, come at a steep price. The maintenance, operation, and life cycle management of these sophisticated aircraft would require a significant investment, which, according to the official, might not be justifiable given the current budgetary constraints and strategic priorities. Next, Astra Mk2 set to become India's primary BVR missiles. The DRDO is on the cusp of a significant upgrade in India's aerial combat capabilities with the Astra Mk2 missile, which is poised to become the primary beyond visual range weapon in the Indian arsenal. This development does not, however, diminish the importance of Astra Mk1, which remains vital for building a robust domestic supply chain for BVR missiles. The Astra 2 missile is undergoing rigorous developmental trials with expectation to complete these by 2026, leading directly into production. Next, approval of purchase of 26 Rafale M-jets for Navy. In a move to bolster the Naval Air Wing's capability, the Cabinet Committee on Security (CCS), under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is poised to formally approve the acquisition of 26 Rafale M fighter jets from the French manufacturer Dassault Aviation. This significant defense deal, which has already received the nod from the Ministry of Defense, is anticipated to be a key agenda during PM Modi's upcoming visit to Paris. The deal, pegged at an estimated $7.2 billion, encompasses the procurement of 22 single-seater Rafale M jets and 4 twin-seater Rafale trainers. These are tailored for naval operations designed specifically to operate from aircraft carriers, enhancing the Indian Navy's operational range and combat effectiveness. Next, Indian Air Force procurement strategy favors specific vendors as per the audit. A recent audit by the Controller of Auditor General, that is CAG of India, has shed light on concerning practices within the Indian Air Force regarding the formulation of aircraft and systems qualitative requirements instead of adhering to the spirit of the defense procurement procedure, which aims for a transparent and competitive procurement process. The IAF has been found to tailor ASQRs based on the technical specification of already available products in the market. The audit pointed out the IAF has been drafting ASQRs by directly copying the technical specification of products which are already in the commercial domain. Moreover, these requirements have often been based on the inputs provided by vendors in response to the request for information issued by the IAF. Next, ramping up composite production for fighter jets, engaging private sector. In an ambitious move to bolster its indigenous defense capabilities, India is set to significantly increase the production of composites for its burgeoning fighter jet programs. This initiative is driven by the escalating demand for local manufacturing of advanced materials for aircraft like the Tejas M1A and the upcoming Tejas Mk2, with production orders expected to exceed 300 units by 2035. The National Aerospace Laboratory, a key player in the aerospace research and development under the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, has been at the forefront of this technology. Next, Tembo Defence to establish new manufacturing facility in Maharashtra. In a move bolstering India's journey towards self-reliance in defence production, Tembo Defence Products Private Limited, a subsidiary of Tembo Global Industries Limited, is poised to ink a significant memorandum of understanding with the Maharashtra government. This agreement is scheduled to be signed at the prestigious World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, making a pivotal moment for India's defence sector. The MOU aims to establish a state-of-the-art defence manufacturing facility in Maharashtra, aligning with India's Make in India initiative. This initiative seeks to enhance the domestic manufacturing of defence equipments, reducing reliance on imports and promoting national security through self-sufficiency. Next, approval of establishment of third launch pad at Sriharikota. The Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday approved the establishment of the third launch pad TLP at the Satish Dhawan Space Center of the Indian Space Research Organisation in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. A release said, the third launch pad project envisages the establishment of the launch infrastructure at Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh for the next generation launch vehicles of ISRO, and also to support the second launch pad at Sriharikota as a standby launch pad. Thank you.